You made it. Welcome back, you rejects. We are going to have a redonkulous amount of endgame content, and that's a good thing. And it's a crazy time for us to get arthritis due to all the new modifiers that we will be getting in this new Havoc update. What is Havoc, you ask? That's a great looking question, Timmy. Before we get started, let's go and just check out the new trailer that just came out for Havoc, where they explained quite a few things and showcased some of the new weapons that we will be getting. That includes the two-handed power and force sword. If you've also been living under a rock, Darktide is going to be coming to PlayStation on December 3rd this year, so I'm probably going to make some more videos helping out the new players that want to serve the Holy Emperor. Let me just turn off these captions, don't need these. Okay, so we have a new face on the Morningstar. That she looks scary. Not want to burn. I do not want to give her decaf coffee. That's for sure.
Think again.
Oh, that's the new sword right there. I just saw it. That is the new power sword or force sword. It's right there as well, I think. Why are they showing a lot of chainsaw? Whoa, 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 wait. Okay, so these are the modifiers, and you've seen this already before in some of the events. The Mobian 21st, these are the enemies that have the 21st Trooper armor, so they're a lot harder to kill. This is going to be a new one. Plus hardened skin. Some enemies in the sector have been blessed by the foul gods hardening their skin, so they get more HP, I suppose. Enemies shoot faster. They shoot faster. And no toughness grace period. So you get no toughness during this specific enemy activation. That's crazy. So you have to basically not get hit, or maybe you have to have a veteran in your squad to provide shields. So that might be it. That's freaking bonkers. And we have some bile spreading here. So probably can't go over it, kind of like fire. And we get more tentacles on the head. I love that. And more armor sets. Looks clean, baby. Looks clean.
You wouldn't want to lose your rank, would you?
That is clean.
Is where the most seasoned
and there's the new. There's the power sword. This is the power sword. The power sword has a charge. It looks so clean. It's such a good looking weapon. Looks like it's a cleave weapon too, it seems. That one's the two-handed force sword, I think. Force sword.
Havoc is part of the free Grim Protocols update, releasing on December 3rd.
Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I seriously cannot wait to get my hands and just dive into this and constantly play this for, I don't know, such a long period of times until my fingers start hurting. I'm not gonna lie to you, I love doing that with Darktide. This is just freaking, I'm ecstatic for this. So essentially Havoc is basically kind of like a ranked-ish setting, not like the most toxic ranked games like we have in Overwatch or even For Honor or Valorant. You sad gamers out there that do play that, but they're more of like tiered challenges to see how good you are at the game and how sweaty you can be. And so there's going to be 40 Havoc order levels for players to progress, and you can try to get to the highest rank as optimally as you can. So that means you have to change your builds accordingly to whatever modifiers you have, and this is going to be an insane thing because a lot of players are going to have to actually try to think with their builds and try to figure out what the best build is for that specific game mode. And I think that's really neat. So in order to progress to a level, a player will have to you'll have 3 attempts to beat a Havoc order level before being demoted down to 1 order level. So it's kind of like ranked. If you lose a bunch of games, you'll just lose points and you go down 1 all the way back down to 1. And if you start winning more games, you'll get all the way up to tier 40. Hopefully you do. And that's going to be something that a lot of endgame veterans like myself are going to strive to. And so the neat thing about this specific mode is that even if you are, say, just a Havoc order 1, or the other friend that you have is like 20 or 40, you guys can still play together and continue this journey. So even if the friend that you picked up was a Havoc order level 1 and you guys are like 20, 30, the next week after the Havoc order refreshes, the level 1 player is going to be all the way up to your level 2. And that's a pretty freaking huge buff if you ask me. But of course this game, you don't have to play it solo. If you have friends, you shouldn't necessarily be punished for it. This is a PvE game / ranked mode that gives us a little bit of endgame content. I don't think that's gonna break anything whatsoever. But remember, you have only 3 attempts before you are demoted. So if that one person that is the level 1 Havoc order, he tries to do it by himself and he fails 3 times, he is going to be demoted. And if you don't complete it within the week, you also will be demoted just by 1 Havoc order. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's how it works. So you kind of have to play this weekly to keep your rank, essentially. Why should we do this? Okay, why should we be doing this? Well, that's a great looking question. One, because there are a lot of cool mutations and conditions that will challenge veterans or gamers that just want to play a hard game, especially if it's as relaxing as Darktide. You guys all know that Darktide is my relaxation game. I sit back, just mindlessly smash these heretics in the face, snipe people all the way from 10 miles away. And I'm hoping that we can actually get more, different enemies in the future, the Gene Stealers, anything like that, or even new specials, maybe some psychers to fight, or enemies that turn to pox bursters during, enemies that actually turn into the chaos spawns, which according to the lore is what happens. They also did this in Vermintide as well. One of the chaos units turned into a chaos spawn during the mid fight. Of course, you had to take all of his HP away, but he just regenerates into a new boss. I think that'd be kind of sick, honestly. It was by that gate in Vermintide 2. If you guys haven't played that, definitely check out Vermintide 2. Such a fantastic game. They also added a new PvP mode, and so that's their end game. This is Darktide's end game right now, where it kind of adds like a rank system that we can all just continue grinding towards. So Vermintide, you get the Beastmen, and in this game, hopefully we get some Gene Stealers or anything else. I would just be so excited to fight more enemies. And of course, the other reason is so that when you do complete these high tier challenges, you will be rewarded for having some very cool frames, if I say so myself. And if you don't have plasteel or diamantium, this is really good for new players, because the old OGs like myself, the unks of Darktide, had to grind for days for plasteel, and we were basically broke boys, and I'm not afraid to admit it. So if you are not someone who has like 20 plus plasteel, 20 million dockets, this will be a good place for you to farm those items and level up all your weapons. You're gonna get new frames, titles, insignias to be earned throughout the penance system. So I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Hopefully there'll be some really good looking armor sets and frames for us to showcase, and it'll tell people that, hey, we are level 40 order Havoc. So this is going to be pretty impressive, at least to people who are super into Darktide. If they're not into Darktide, they'll just think that you're wasting your life away. But the truth is, you never waste your life away when you are serving the Emperor. Keep in mind, you will have to be level 30 to complete these challenges, but it's really not that hard to get to level 30 in this game. Just play a bunch of games. Unless you're like a new player, it might be a little bit taxing to grind that far, but even so, you have so much content, a plethora of content, before you start joining into these very difficult modes with modifiers that handicap you in so many ways. So you have to essentially have probably an optimal build. I might be doing my meme builds with my smoke bomb on veteran. We'll see how it plays out. Probably won't work out as well as I want to. This works just fine in Maelstrom modes in tier 5, but I don't think in this type of rank setting or the Havoc setting, it's not going to be as beneficial for my teammates. And I want to play for my team, so we're going to go shredders and frag grenades and all that good stuff when I do pick my veteran class. We also are getting a new weapon finally for the Ogi Bear. Now this is going to be a ranged weapon, actually a ranged weapon for the Ogryn, not just using the shotgun to hit and knock an enemy down, because the kickback is pretty solid for doing that, but this is actually going to be a weapon that you can use against long range enemies. Always suffered against lights out mode or really ranged heavy modes, and so this is a great thing. It's gonna be called a heavy stubber, and essentially what this is that they explain in the dev post is that it was designed to give Ogryn some more precise long range capabilities. They said that since they already had the twin linked stubbers, it didn't sound super interesting, only make them a less rapid fire version. Instead, what they're telling here for the heavy stubbers, that essentially it's gonna kind of be like a 50 cal. When you look at the video, the gun is so powerful that you can almost only see smoke, almost no muzzle flash at all. But since this is a video game, we need some more feedback than just smoke when shooting. I highly disagree. I would just love to see smoke only when you shoot this gun. Like, the stronger it looks, the more powerful it is. I don't care. It just, as long as I can hit my shots, I get that red marker or the skull marker, and then boom, smoke everywhere as the shot fires off. I would freaking adore that. That would be amazing. I had a very small muzzle flash and smoke for heavy stubbers to indicate this weapon has force when shooting, that you can't see a lot of the fire when shooting a shotgun, and shotguns also have more spread when shooting in general. Hope you find this interesting and that you like the new weapons. It was a blast to work on them. I'm hoping to have a lot of fun with them. They always do a good job. The weapon animations in this game are awesome. Even the sound design, top tier stuff, guys. Thank you guys so much. This is gonna be insane. I'm really stoked for this. We went with another approach. They said Ogryns being Ogryns, we imagined them using the heavy stubber as sort of a DMR, which is a marksman rifle weapon, single fire. This would allow them to lay down supportive fire with the primary fire and be very precise with the alternative fire. This broadens the Ogryns toolkit, enabling them to take on a wider variety of roles within the team. We've also added a flashlight, praise the Emperor, to the heavy stubbers for the big guys because they've been in the dark for too long, no pun intended, especially for lights out mode. And so this is gonna be good. It's gonna give you more capabilities of just taking out those long range enemies in case your team doesn't have long range weapons, which most of the time they will, but sometimes you have to take the initiative and focus on those enemies because some people aren't just gonna be paying attention all the time, and that's totally fine. It's your job to carry your team anyways. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This is what they left us with, the Force Sword. It has an AoE, so any Dark Souls or Bloodborne enjoyers out there, this feels like a Bloodborne weapon. It is the Holy Moonlight. That is what it is. It's the Moonlight Greatsword. That's what I see every single time. So I can't wait to use this. I believe this is the Force Sword for the Psycho class. You're gonna have a dual wielding, or not dual wielding. And in fact, can we get some dual wielding weapons? I'm surprised we don't have any yet. Even in Vermintide, we had some crazy dual wielding weapons with daggers, swords, and axes. But they're just gonna add some two-handed greatswords. It's probably gonna have some of the similar animations to the Vermintide ones, executioners, weapons, even the eviscerators. So it's pretty much the entire video. Overall, really ecstatic about all the new changes that we are gonna be getting, the weapons, and more weapons coming soon. Of course, they are working on that for next year, so hope to see that. But right now in this moment in time, what I just want to see is new enemies, and I think that'd be really awesome. New enemies, maybe some dual wielding weapons, dual swords, dual axes, whatever dual weapons that we can think of in the Warhammer universe, and of course maybe some two-handed axes, the Marauder axes. Probably be used for the Ogryn perhaps, or even just the Zealot class. That'd be kind of sick too. And of course maybe some more sniper rifles or something like that. I'm just kind of hoping for like a sniper rifle or something like that, or maybe they can implement the scope variants being actually usable, because in the weapon customization mod they're not really good. Only Fat Shark would be the one to implement those perfectly and have it so that it actually looks like a reticle instead of just a bunch of anime speed lines when you are aiming down sights. I'm a simple man to please. Give me stronger enemies, give me new enemies, give me new weapons, and I'm a happy box slaying for the Emperor. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future for Darktide, and if you guys are looking forward to the Havoc mode and the new weapons, and if there's any other information I missed or whatever you guys want to see for weapons or the new modes or any modifiers or enemies, let me know in the comment section. We'll be posting much more Darktide stuff coming in the future. Probably get some guides out, some tip stuff for new players out there. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you guys had a beautiful Thanksgiving. Bye bye. See you later.